What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today is Monday, the 8th of December. Welcome back to another trading week. We're going over the price action on Nasdaq 100 or NQ. So today, starting with the higher time frame, let me reduce this. Starting with the higher time frame, this is what we did today. Traded up, came back down, kind of a choppy day today. New week opened. So currently we went above the previous daily high. Did we? A little bit. And then we came and took out the previous daily low, which would have been this candle. So this was Friday's candle. So we traded down and see we already opened for Tuesday's candle right here. So that is how we're looking on the daily. That's how we close out the daily candle. Looking at the 4-hour time frame now. So traded down. So where we opened was right around here. Traded up, traded down, and then we traded back up into the afternoon session. So went up earlier. Don't think we quite made it to the previous daily high. Didn't take it out. No, I don't think we did take it out. Then we traded down, took the previous daily low, then we retraced back to equilibrium of the daily range. So on the 1 hour time frame, let me zoom out. This is what we look like. So opened over here, traded down into the new week opening gap, went up during the Asian, so we just kept going up and up during Asian. A bit of a consolidation move during London, and then we traded up in New York. Didn't quite take out the previous daily high before we sold off for the rest of the day. Now today didn't take many trades. Well, I took some trades last night, which would have been Sunday night on one of the accounts, but pretty much break even, you know. Let's go over the opportunities that took place. So the price action isn't the cleanest since December has started. So December started somewhere over here. So this would have been the second week. December started where? Somewhere over here. And it's been just choppy for the most part. Choppy, seek and destroy kind of profile. Don't know if we're rolling over or we're going to get that Santa Claus rally, coming in. But nevertheless, let us see what we actually get overall. So going into today's price action, Asia session, see where we opened up here, right here. So we had this new week opening gap. Let me mark it here. So we ended here Friday and opened here. So this is the new week opening gap from the session where we opened last night. So we traded up during Asian. Just kept on going up, up. Right here. There was an entry right here. Another one right here. And we just kept on going up and up. As soon as the volume came in during this would have been Frankfurt session before London Open, came down into this little block right here. So this was the first area that we came into. Then we ran up for a little bit before coming back down, took out this block, came all the way down to here. So this first macro gave us a buy as well as a sell. So buy, then sell, then another buy in this macro. So with this sell started here, came down here before we retraced, and it's just a tight range that we traded in. So 35 points, 35 to 40 points from the top there. Came over into London fully now, and we traded down. The London Silver Bullet gave us this opportunity right here to sell. Coming down here, a bit of a choppy price action, like I said, coming down before we retrace back to equilibrium after the session. Now, traded down all the way down into London session. By the time we got down to this would have been around 450 to 510 macro. In the in the morning, we had the this buy opportunity. This was when I actually got up to start get ready for work because I didn't wake up in London session. So traded up, came back down here. I think I took some trades here on an account that I'm testing some stuff on. Took some sales here, came back to get stopped out during this spike up. So I took the sell here, it came down, didn't get to close out because the candles moving a bit springy. Even though you see them looking like this, they're moving a bit springy. So we traded up. I think I took a buy on my way to work and capitalize on all of this push going up to here. This part came back and stopped me out before we pushed up again because I took this buy, I think, in the taxi, somewhere around here. Yeah, I think I took this buy here, came up, and this part came down to stop me out before we get a impulse push at the 9:30 open. After the 9:30 open, we started selling off, and this macro gave us a sell opportunity coming all the way down. So we took out the internal low, which would have been this low right here, that we took out, and then we just continued selling off. So took out that low before we came back up to rebalance this level. So we came back up, then we sold off again during this macro. This was around 10 a.m. So yeah, 10:50 to 11:10 macro, we sold off, kept on coming down and just started to consolidate. Um, Going further into the session. Sold here before we decided to rally a little bit, so farm a little bit of a buy market here. Consolidation buy. Didn't go much deep into the retracement back up to here because like I said, the range is kind of tight on these markets now. The volume isn't as high. I guess we're waiting for rate cuts and all of that. So this macro um from 12:10 to 12:40 during the lunchtime traded down, came back up, traded back down again, and by the time we got to 12:50 to 1:10, we got this nice spike up, couldn't maintain the rally, and we started to roll over again. So this during this era right here, this was another sell opportunity to bring us to create a new low of the day. So traded down during this macro. By the time we got to the 2 p.m. silver bullet, we came all the way down before we got another rally to send us back higher. But the overall trading range for today from the high to the low is still almost 300, almost 300 points. 300 points. That's a normal day for Nasdaq, over a 1% move, but it isn't the cleanest to trade because we went up during London, sold off during New York, and we bounced during the latter session of New York. But that is really how these markets trade during the December period, as well as when we're expecting some high impact news, or the market pretty much waiting for some stuff. So this was a buy opportunity here as well during the last hour, power hour. This could have been a buy opportunity here, coming back down to rally up here. But nevertheless, I just have to wait out this price action, trade, use proper risk management, and try to live through to another day. When you get good price action, then you can deploy capital properly, So that is really it on those markets. Let me check on the news, see what the calendar looks like for this week. So this would have been from last week. Let me see this week. So this week we're already all the way through here. So we have some jobs numbers tomorrow during New York. We have unemployment numbers on Wednesday here. Rate decision on Canada on Wednesday, and during Thursday we have some more. I think we have CPI exports, yeah man. Jobless claims on Thursday, and on Friday we have some GDP news, and then Fed speech, around 3 p.m. So that is really the main thing for this week. I think next week would be the rate decision. Let me see. Non-farm payrolls next week, Tuesday. Yeah, man, non-farm payrolls next week, Tuesday. And then now we have a lot of news on Tuesday next week. Then now Wednesday, we have some more stuff. But into next week, I'll go over this stuff. But that is really it for today's video. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.